This is the crucial new Volvo XC90, a car which has Titanic boots to fill. The previous version of this car, launched way back in 2002, enjoyed huge success worldwide and became almost brand in itself. Nowadays it has some serious competition, though. It goes toe-to-toe with established giants like the BMW X5, Audi's Q7 and of course the iconic but aging Land Rover Discovery. So how does it do in such illustrious company? The answer is well, very well indeed. Trio of engines. There's a huge amount to like about this car, from the versatile interior to the impressive tech and even the engines. You've got a choice of three, all feeding power through a brilliant 8-speed automatic gearbox. A diesel, known as D5, will make up the majority of sales, but company car drivers will be far more interested in the hybrid T8 twin engine, which emits just 59 gkm of CO2 and thus qualifies for seriously low benefit-in-kind taxation. Each of the engine options has a slightly different characteristic, but the main thing to take away here is that the XC90 is a very easy car to drive. It's smooth, quiet, refined and comfortable. Sumptuous comfort, and it needed to be comfy. The previous version had what were widely regarded to be some of the most comfortable seats in the industry, and the latest iterations are equally impressive. They're seriously safe too, thanks to whiplash prevention and a system to mitigate spinal compression in the event of an accident. These might just be the most technologically advanced seats we've heard of. Safe as houses, safety is a core brand value for Volvo. The mantra that no one should die or be seriously injured in one of its cars by the year 2020 has been widely publicized, but many of this car's systems appear to be pointing in that direction. There's even a low-speed automatic driving system for traffic jams. So that should provide peace of mind for families, which is what this car is all about. It's a seriously versatile machine in this respect, boasting a second row of seats which slide backwards and forwards and recline. They got isofix slashing points, and you can even have a middle seat which transforms into a child booster seat. The boot is very adaptable as well, with a powered tailgate to take the strain out of shopping trips or holidays with the kids. In fact, longer journeys are something the XC90 excels at. Thanks to its supple ride and brilliant seats, it's the perfect machine for motorway schleps, and there's a lot of space in the cabin so it shouldn't get too uncomfortable. Loaded with tech to keep the kids entertained and to keep you sane, you'll be pleased to note there's an extremely impressive touchscreen installed in the dash to govern infotainment. It looks like a tablet computer-held portrait, and controls many of the car's systems. It's operated in a similar manner to a smartphone, with swipes and pinches to flick through menus and the like. It's one of the better touchscreens we've used in a car, and its processor seems to make easy work of speedy navigation requests. Overall, this is a supreme effort from Volvo in a very competitive sector of the market. For an in-depth evaluation of this impressive new car, read on for the full Volvo XC90 review. Performance. The driving force behind Volvo XC90 performance is a trio of powertrains which aim to provide decent speed, but also competitive running costs. They're all 2-litre engines coupled to an excellent 8-speed automatic gearbox which works faultlessly. There's always a gear there when you want it, and furthermore it'll swap between gears very smoothly indeed. It's a great thing to use, but the crucial thing is that it's simple. We've reviewed the engines here in order of what we think will be buyers' preferences. 1. Diesel engine. Our pick of the powertrain options. The diesel engine, dubbed D5 by Volvo, has 222 bhp and 470 Nm of torque. This means a sprint from 0 to miles per hour in 7.8 seconds with a top speed of 137 miles per hour. It feels nothing more than brisk on the road, primarily because this is a massive car. Probably the most impressive thing about this engine is how versatile it is, considering the fact that it's smaller than the engines in most rivals. It doesn't quite have the creamy refinement of a 6 or 8-cylinder engine, though, and doesn't sound particularly inspiring. Hybrid T8 twin engine. This is the one to pick if you're a company car driver, since its CO2 emissions are a miserly 59 GKM, which means benefit-in-kind tax costs a ludicrously low amount for a car of this sheer quality. On the road, the cocktail of high-tech petrol engine with a supercharger and turbocharger, along with 314 bhp and 400 Nm of torque, and electric motor with 81 bhp and 240 Nm, delivers quite a punch. The combined power can be applied all at once using the car's power mode, and this enables it to sprint from 0-62 miles per hour in just 5.9 seconds. Frankly, that's amazing speed for a car of this size, and it feels as quick too. Put your foot down from a standstill and it rockets away with a feeling of urgent acceleration you simply don't get from conventional powertrains. It's not all about speed, though. One of the main advantages of a hybrid car is that it's also smooth around town and cheap to run. The former aspect is best felt in hybrid mode, which swaps between petrol and electric power automatically and almost seamlessly. If you really concentrate, you can just about tell where the change happens, but only just, and it's worth remembering the car we drove was a pre-production model which had a work-in-progress software map. In the main, it's just an easy car to drive. Stick it in D and away you go. Electric power alone, according to Volvo, the XC90 will do over 25 miles on electric power alone, and while we didn't see quite that much, around 15 miles of mixed driving, we reckon it's far less unrealistic than some other firms' claims in this respect. The important thing here is that it's possible to drive for extended periods of time without using a drop of petrol, and since some city centres insist you do just that, the T8 starts to make a lot of sense indeed. There are a few other modes, including Pure, which maintains electric power for as long as possible until the battery runs out and the petrol engine must kick in, and Save, which stops electric power to prevent you using it all up at motorway speeds so you can save your emissions-free motoring for city centres. It's all very Greenpeace. Finally, AWD all-wheel drive mode delivers power to all four wheels so tough terrain can be tackled. All of this electronic wizardry is controlled through an 8-speed automatic gearbox which works absolutely faultlessly. In the UK, cars will come with paddle shifters as standard. One petrol engine, the petrol engine dubbed T6, has 316 bhp and 400 Nm, which translates to 0.62 miles per hour sprint in 6.5 seconds, with a top speed of 143 miles per hour. While this one does feel fairly punchy, it's turbocharged and supercharged. Don't expect fire-breathing excitement here. It's more about smooth progress, and this it does do well. Handling, this isn't a car for flinging around corners. There's a fair bit of body roll, which is a direct result of how comfortable the car is. The suspension has a fairly long travel, which again doesn't help in this regard. With that said, it's a very easy car to drive. Its steering isn't particularly communicative, but it is direct and accurate, which means the car goes where you expect it to. It's quite light, too, which further helps with ease of driving. Thanks to the sheer size of the car, it can be difficult to maneuver in tight spaces, but thanks to systems such as parking sensors and cameras or even automatic parking, there's always a way around it. The XC90 makes a great tow car too, with a brake towing weight of 2,700 kilograms for the T6 petrol and D5 diesel and 2,500 kilograms for the T8 hybrid. It might look like an off-roader, but we are not entirely convinced the XC90 will work particularly well when the going gets tough. Most buyers won't dream of taking theirs off the beaten track, so perhaps this isn't a huge issue, but we'd like the opportunity to see what it can do regardless. Some of its rivals excel in this regard. Equipment, there are 3 trim levels to worry about here, and all do a pretty specific job. At the bottom level is the generously equipped momentum, then there's the sporty design, and finally the luxury spec inscription. There was also a first edition which went on sale online as the car was announced. These 1,927 cars, because Volvo was founded in 27, sold out in a matter of days, with 53 coming to the UK. Standard Volvo XC90 equipment right. Deep breath. Even at the bottom rung of the XC90's kit list, namely momentum spec, you still get a huge amount of equipment. Starting with the exterior of the car, expect LED headlights with cornering function and a cleaning system. The tail lights are LED too, and ditto the front fog lights. You get active high beam on the headlights, rain sensing wipers, a powered tailgate, roof rails, twin exhausts and rear parking sensors. The standard alloys are 19-inch items, while you get a tire repair kit and a tire pressure monitoring system as well. Inside there's 2-zone climate control, an 8-inch driver's information display, a parking ticket holder on the A-pillar, front and rear tread plates, a semi-automatic load cover and 3 12-volt sockets. The fantastic seats. The XC90 became famous for have been improved and the driver's is powered. The third row of seats is standard, while the second row seats all fold down individually and slide backwards and forwards. And this being Volvo, there's a huge amount of safety kit on board too, but we've covered that in the safety section of this review. Finally, all XC90s get the very cool Sensus 9-inch touchscreen mounted in the dash and tilted slightly toward the driver. This features voice activation, DAB digital radio, Bluetooth connectivity, sat-nav, live traffic information and Volvo's on-call app, which can track your car if it's stolen, call the emergency services if you have an accident or breakdown, and even serve as a monitor for your fleet manager via an SD card slot. Specific to design models, you also get different, sportier seats, a 12.3-inch driver's display, 20-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels, hill-descent control, different drive mode and steering weighting settings, sports mats and pedals, a black headlining, silver integrated roof rails, a leather steering wheel and gearbox, a number of interior lighting features and a bespoke grille. Moving up to inscription level, Netsu 10-spoke 20-inch alloys along with the same 12.3-inch driver's information display, a leather instrument panel, luxury floor mats, integrated sun blinds for the rear doors, soft leather upholstery and illuminated front and rear tread plates. Optional Volvo XC90 accessories. There are a number of packs available to further personalize your XC90. The winter pack includes heated front seats, heated windscreen, heated steering wheel not on design cars and heated washer nozzles. You can brighten things up with the illumination pack, which Netsu illuminated front and rear tread plates along with multicolor interior lighting, cup holder and pocket illumination, footwell illumination and ambient door and instrument panel lighting. Those of a safety-conscious disposition may want to investigate the IntelliSafe Pro package, which includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping aid, blind spot warning and rear collision mitigation systems. The latter detects an impending collision from the rear and prepares the car, tightening the seatbelts and flashing the indicators to warn the oncoming vehicle. This pack also includes Q Assist, which is a system that will drive the car for you at lower speeds. It uses the adaptive cruise control and the lane keeping assistant to do this. If you're buying it as a family car, the family pack may appeal. This nets you an integrated booster seat for the middle chair in the second row along with child locks on the rear doors, a load protection net and sun visors in the rear doors. The 7-seat comfort package includes 4-zone climate control, third row air conditioning and power folding second row headrests. Finally, the Xenium package includes a sliding panoramic glass sunroof, a 360-degree parking camera and an automatic parking system. You can choose from a pair of styling packs too, rugged luxury Natsu plastic wheel arches and mouldings, whereas the urban luxury models put on a stylish body kit. There's also a huge selection of optional extras to pick from individually to customize your car's specification. Comfort. As with the previous version, Volvo XC90 comfort levels are exemplary. The firm is renowned for its comfortable seats, and this car is no exception. They've been completely redesigned and they're as good, if not better than ever. You've got a huge amount of adjustability, which means it's easy to get comfortable. The cabin is a pleasant place to be in general, to be honest. There isn't a whisper of road noise, wind noise is kept to a minimum at motorway speeds, and there's only the slightest hint of engine din from petrol and diesel models. The hybrid, in electric mode, is nearly silent, and when the petrol engine kicks in is only just louder. In terms of ride quality, again the XC90 excels. There's a mere hint of choppiness on some pitted road surfaces, but in the main it's a corsetting and forgiving machine which really delivers over long journeys. Practicality. It's sort of the point of a car like this, but even so, Volvo XC90 practicality is exceptional. There's more than enough room for 5 adults and a huge amount of luggage, but furthermore carrying 7 adults isn't entirely unrealistic. The rearmost seats are meant for people shorter than 5 feet 7 inches, but on shorter journeys larger adults won't feel particularly uncomfortable. The second row of seats slide forwards and back, but also recline, so it's easy enough to get comfortable back the two. One interesting feature here is the optional booster seat for children, which is nicely built into the middle seat. All of the seats behind the front two will fold down individually, unlocking countless storage and passenger carrying options. In the boot there's a couple of bag hooks along with a very useful feature, a flap which serves to keep objects hemmed in when you don't have to carry a footboot's worth of luggage. You've got myriad useful features such as cup holders for all 3 rows and hooks to hang your jacket on. There are several cubbies and a glove box which is opened via a button on the center console. This makes a fantastically pleasing mechanical sound, another mark of quality. Safety. Let's not beat around the bush here. Volvo is a brand famous for building safe cars, and the new car does not disappoint. It's been given a 5-star Euro NCAP crash test rating, of course, but that's only the start of the story. There are a gigantic amount of kit on board each car, the firm's aim being that no one is hurt or seriously injured in a Volvo by the year 2020. So, standard Volvo XC90 safety kit includes low-speed automatic braking, lane departure warning, traffic sign recognition, more airbags than a Zeppelin factory, a whiplash prevention system for the front seats, stability and traction control systems, ISOFIX child seat lashing points on the outer second row seats, an alarm, keyless entry, a locking glove box, child locks for rear doors, automatic headlight leveling, a first aid kit and a warning triangle. Furthermore, the fundamental design of the car was carried out with safety very much at the forefront of development. A cocktail of high-strength steels are employed in the body structure, while the seats feature a clever system which will mitigate spinal compression in the event of an accident. The car will also sense when it's about to leave the road and will prepare for the worst by tightening the seatbelts for 7 seconds. There's also a system which will automatically brake at intersections if the car detects an incoming vehicle about to impact. There's also a vast array of optional safety kit including blind spot warning, a head-up display and the Intel iSafe Pro package, which nets you adaptive cruise control, lane keeping aid, blind spot warning and rear collision mitigation, a system which prepares the car for being rear-ended by flashing the indicators to alert the following driver and tightening the seatbelts. Finally, this package also includes Q Assist, which is a low-speed autonomous driving system. Reliability. Should you worry about Volvo XC90 reliability? In a word, no. The firm is famous for building hugely resilient cars which stand the test of time brilliantly. The latest model feels right up there with the best premium SUVs in this respect, so we don't expect many problems. There's a lot of tech on board, which means a lot to go wrong, but we have faith that Volvo's engineers will have tested such aspects to breaking point and beyond.